Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be explaining the updated story and ending to Grand Theft Auto Online, with updates to where Trevor is, characters that we thought were supposed to be dead, and a whole lot more. So let's start from the very beginning of the new First Dose missions, and we actually kind of get confirmation that Trevor has completely gone MIA, and that it looks like he's no longer going to be a part of the Grand Theft Auto universe.
Hey, friend. It's been a while. I know you're busy, but just in case you're looking for me, I gotta go tell some folks what's what. Yeah, I've been waiting for something like this to happen since Trevor took off. Vultures showing up in Sandy Shores looking for scraps. Don't worry, though. Ron's got it all under control. Unless, you wanted to help, backup would be nice. They've taken over Trevor's old place at Ace Liquor.
So Ron used to be Trevor's right-hand man in story mode and in single player, but he specifically states on our intro phone call that Trevor simply took off. Now, I feel like Rockstar did this and explained this thanks to Trevor's real-life voice actor and motion capture artist, Stephen Ogg. Stephen Ogg, over the last couple of years, has become a little bit cranky and definitely wanting to separate himself from the brand and character of Trevor, often getting angry when fans ask him to, say a funny line or say something iconic that Trevor said, and often just calling him a cartoon, which I feel like is just kind of an insult on his character alone. So I feel like this was Rockstar's way of saying Trevor is gone. He's no longer going to be appearing in GTA Online, Grand Theft Auto 5, and it definitely looks like he is not going to be a part of future installments. And what he also says is it looks like he has left a gap in the Sandy Shores drug business, which is why we see Dax and his gang of juggalos not only take over the Liquor Ace store, which used to be Trevor's hideout, and where the Freak Shop is located is exactly where Trevor Phillips helps us out with the heist missions in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I originally think that there was probably some part of Rockstar that wanted to do this update with Trevor helping us out. But if I was a betting man, I would say Stephen Ogg probably didn't want anything to do with coming back and doing Trevor, and so they had to create this new character, Dax, which is basically like the new Juggalo Trevor. So that's what I think ended up happening, and that's how Rockstar wrote off the character of Trevor. Now, speaking of Trevor and his associates, one of those other associates is Chef. And Chef used to be Trevor's drug cook in single player. Well, it looks like ever since Trevor has taken off, Chef's life has kind of spiraled out of control as we see him strongly overdosing on some of the potent acid and hallucinogenics that this band of juggalos is cooking up.
Nothing that we don't need. We're doing something big here.
We gotta go. Chef is fucked up.
This isn't some clinical trial, amigo. Your bro was balls deep into lab rat special sauce before we could say the frickin' B word.
Okay, whatever, but we gotta go. These crazies, they started their own gang war with the Lost. They stole a bunch of their bikes, their meth. It's not safe here. Ah! Ah! Ah!
This luchadora, she runs our wrestling league.
BDKD, bro. Welcome to the troop.
Troop Wrestling League? You're not gonna join these weirdos, are you?
Hey, you strange little wiry man. Anyone can join the troop, okay?
This is insane. I gotta wake Chef up.
I can see you're a bottom line kind of person, so here it is.
So I honestly thought Chef was going to be way more of a prominent character. It kind of seems like he has had a really sad demise as well. Now, the only other remaining single-player character that is brought up in the First Dose missions, that is Ron. And it kind of seems like Ron is just trying to make a living for himself here. He really isn't involved in this update all that much, other than really just being our introduction. I thought he was going to do way more, kind of like what he did with the Smuggler's Run stuff. But it seems like even in modern day Grand Theft Auto in Los Santos, he's just trying to make it and he's trying to fit in. You can tell that he is still kind of socially awkward and uncomfortable. And we see him wrestling this luchadora lady. So poor Ron is just trying to fit in, and he's just as awkward and uncomfortable and skittish and nervous, just where we left him off in single player and just where we left him off after the Smuggler's Run update. Another thing that Rockstar couldn't help themselves with in this DLC, they poked the bear with the Chiliad mystery. So since day one of GTA 5, the Chiliad mystery, the mural at the top of the mountain, aliens, eggs, UFOs, it has been the most unsolvable thing in the game. Rockstar knows this. They have tried to update the mystery through online, and they even did so again in the Los Santos Drug Wars update because even Dax and his band of juggalos are interested in the Mount Chiliad mystery. And they asked our character several times if they know anything about the eggs on the top of the mountain.
Know anything about the eggs on Mount Chiliad?
Labrat! Right here, Jax! Hey! Right here!
This is my personal physician. Lab Rat wouldn't go anywhere without him. Lab Rat, this is our new friend, Fresh Meat. Doesn't seem to know much about the eggs on Mount Chiliad. So what do you recommend we give as a first dose into the fucking truth, man? Me first, of course.
Okay, well, as your physician, let's see, I recommend a baseline of cocaine.
Hey, speaking of meth, remember when I asked you about the eggs on Chiliad? One day we should fly up there and take a look. I mean, I never seen nothing, but you read enough shit on the web, there's gotta be something there. On this timeline or the next one, my friend.
Now, as we go on through the first dose missions, there's primarily three bad guys or three groups of antagonists that, for whatever reason, these groups of juggalos do not like. That would be the Lost MC, so the bikers, that would be hippies, and also Merryweather. Now, whether they just dislike them because they need something, like, for example, the Brickade 6x6, or because they've legitimately stolen something from, like, Dax or Ron, like an RV or something along those lines, those are our three main enemies. So that hasn't changed much. Merryweather has really been the bad guy since day one. The Lost MC primarily been the bad guy since day one. Really, you would say the only new addition might be like their group of hippies, and I guess it's just because they were interfering with the acid business, so they would primarily be the one new bad guy here. But other than that, that is it. So that is where things stand at the end of the first dose story missions, and this is where I'm also going to put out a big spoiler warning, because for the rest of this video, we're going to be talking about the last dose. Because there are 5 more missions that we actually get to do at some point in time in the future. These are the mission names. They all start with Last Dose. This is an intervention, Unusual Suspects, Fried Mind, Checking In, and BDKD. And with the arrival of these new missions, we actually find ourselves dealing with a familiar foe. And that is Dr. Isaiah Friedlander. Now, you guys probably know who Dr. Friedlander is from single player. He is Michael's therapist. But what makes this incredibly strange is Dr. Friedlander is supposed to be dead. Whether you choose to kill him as Michael DeSanta in single player or whether you decide to let him live, Dr. Friedlander is supposed to be dead. But for whatever reason, now in this weird Grand Theft Auto Online timeline, he is back and he is the enemy. Take a look at some of these cutscenes that he quickly appears in.
The chair's the only way!
All I can see is this is pointless. Your time is up! Lights!
What the fuck? Ow. Sorry. Where is he? Shit, with the car, we gotta move. Let's fucking move!
No!
So I don't know how Rockstar is going to explain this. Is Dr. Isaiah Friedlander Palpatine? He just has the ability to come back to life. I don't know. But we know that he is going to be the bad guy at the end of the Last Dose missions. And honestly, this guy was kind of a sleazebag in single player as well. Remember that he was like secretly recording Michael's sessions and that he was going to talk about it on his reality show and radio station. And he was basically just a bad human being as far as therapists go. So it's not surprising that he's trying to take advantage of this drug producing situation here and make a bunch of medicine that he can sell for millions of dollars. It's not surprising at all because he is just a bad human being. So we have a new enemy in Grand Theft Auto Online. And then as far as the new characters that make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto Online, like the Luchadora, Dax, and even our cook, I really don't know what's going to happen to them. Obviously, for every and all players will be able to interact with them, but it's kind of a weird misfit of characters that Rockstar decided to introduce in this update. But for now, that is where things stand, and that is the updated story to Grand Theft Auto Online. Trevor has gone MIA, Chef is basically addicted to drugs, and we have a new back from the dead enemy in Dr. Isaiah Friedlander. I don't know how any of that makes sense, but you guys can let me know what you think about the new story of Grand Theft Auto Online in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.